employees don't want to be stuck on every night shift or working an unpredictable schedule with a different shift every day. So how do you keep the coverage you need, especially if you have to be open 24 hours, and keep your team happy? A rotating shift schedule might be the answer. Not only will you spread out the shifts so everyone has a chance to work their favorites, rotating shift schedules can also strengthen your culture. Your employees will get a chance to work with and get to know everyone else on the team. And because different shifts have different tasks, your employees will get the opportunity to learn new skills and grow. So grab your cup of coffee, sit back, relax, and let's talk about how you can build a rotating shift schedule that makes you and your employees happy. There aren't really any good or bad shifts, but your employees will definitely have opinions on what they prefer. Every one of your employees is different, so you need to take that into account when scheduling them. What you don't want is to keep your early birds on the night shift and your night owls on the day shift. Plus, you don't want the people on the evening shift to feel like they're missing too many important events. The good news is that you can get it just right with rotating shift schedules. So let's jump in. A rotating shift schedule changes the shifts your employees work in a predictable way. Let's look at Kim. Over a 3-week time period, Kim will work through all the different shifts. She only switches shifts after her days off, so she has time to adjust. In this example, she'll work 4 night shifts, have 3 days off, then work 4 day shifts, get 3 days off, then work 4 evening shifts with 3 days off after that. Then the cycle repeats itself. And that's just one way of rotating shifts for your team. If it sounds complicated, don't worry. We're going to break it down so you can easily build a rotating shift schedule that works for your team. Let's start by talking about the different types of rotating shifts. There are 4 main types of rotating shifts. Frequent is when the shifts change weekly. So an employee might go from working the day shift to the night shift in just a few days. It's a tough thing for people to adjust to, both physically and mentally. Slow is when shifts change over several weeks or months, so your employees can adjust gradually and have some stability in their lives. Weekend is a basic approach where employees take turns working on the weekend. This gives everyone a chance to have an entire weekend off. Partial is a way to divide up your team, where some people work a fixed shift and others are on a rotating schedule. You might choose this option if you need someone with a certain qualification or skills on each shift. Now that you know the different types of rotating shifts, you're ready to build your rotating shift schedule. Here's how to start. Step 1. Break your day into shifts depending on your business hours. If you're open 16 hours a day, maybe you have 2 8-hour shifts. If you need to be open 24 hours, maybe you have 3 or 4 8-hour shifts. Step 2. Think about how many employees you need and any special skills that are required to cover each shift. Step 3. This is where you decide if you want to build certain teams that will rotate shifts together and if you need the same number of people on each shift. Step 4. Will you use frequent, slow, weekend, or the partial approach? Will it be a mix? Remember to keep in mind what will work best for your employees and your culture. Now you can put all this into an actual schedule. There are several approaches to rotating shift schedules that have been tested over the years. You can use them just like they are, or start with one and customize it for your team. The DuPont schedule is a 4-week system that runs 24/7 with 2 12-hour shifts giving around-the-clock coverage. Each team works 4 nights, has 3 days off, works 3 days, has 1 day off, works 3 nights, has 3 days off, and then works 4 days. Finally, the 4th week of the schedule gives the team 7 consecutive days off before the cycle starts again. The Pittman schedule is very similar to the DuPont schedule, just on a shorter timeline. You still have 4 teams working 12-hour shifts, but it's over a 2-week cycle. With the 24/48 schedule, employees work a 24-hour shift and then have 48 hours off. The 4-3 schedule usually uses overlapping 10-hour shifts in a 3-week schedule. This system gives you full 24-hour coverage with no gaps at a shift change. So your team would work 4 day shifts, have 3 days off, work 4 night shifts, have 3 days off, then work 4 evening shifts with another 3 days off. There are always going to be complications. You'll have to manage time off requests, which will lead to shift swapping. But there's an easy way to handle all of that. Choose WhenIWork as your scheduling software, and you can use custom templates to build and manage your rotating shift schedule. Your employees can put in their time off requests and swap and drop shifts right in the system, so you know you'll have the shift coverage you need. Get started with the free 14-day trial of WhenIWork today and see for yourself how easy it is to build the rotating shift schedule for your team.